Hey, and we're back. We've got to be getting close to the end, right? This has got to be like the home stretch. We're in the castle. We're about to have the banquet, and then we're going to sneak in to meet the queen. I also wanted to... But before we do that, we're trying to explore around here. This is the Intelligence Division's office. Authorized personnel only. Keep your distance unless you're keen on getting arrested. Okay. Alright, what's in here? Hello. Ah, it's Hilda. The pre-cooking is done, so we'll be starting the banquet shortly. Please wait in your room. We will call you when the time comes. Ah, right, this is where we just came out of at the end of the last stream. What's in here? Aha, the kitchen. The head chef is a real pro, specializing in imperial cuisine. Over 1,000 dishes of it, in fact. He's simply amazing. The Kingdom of Liberl's head chef, the royal chef, specializes in imperial cuisine. Regis, the rat problem around here is starting to get out of control. And they have a rat problem. I can't stand rats either, so this really sucks for me. The main course is complete, Gervais. Once dinner is ready, we'll make sure everyone knows, and until then, your patience is greatly appreciated. They got some kind of big turkey going on here. 4 loaves of bread, and a couple of what looks like bowls of ramen. Great combinations. What about that here on the table? We've got 2 massive salads and some omelets. May I help you? I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm very busy right now preparing for the banquet. You know why all these guests are really here? Because the Duke got bored, that's why. That man makes so much work for me, I swear. I just passed Duke Dunan in the hall a moment ago. I hate how he just stares at people menacingly. It's so rude. This is just between you and me, but he has enough servants, but he keeps trying to convince Mistress Hilda to hire on more. To no good end either, I'm sure. Why would he want more servants if he has enough? Duke, no one likes Duke Dunan, like literally no one. But they gotta deal with it because hereditary democracy. Or hereditary rulership, rather. And this is, what, the storeroom, I guess. It's a restricted area. Suspicious individuals can and will be arrested on the spot, so watch yourselves. This is where they're storing all the goods. Oh, and there's a door at the back here as well. Locked. Firmly sealed. Okay. And I suppose this leads out the main front here. Yep. Okay, then all we have left is over here. With so few people, we can't possibly finish all this work. All the other officials were sent away on vacation by the Duke and forcibly removed from the castle. This is what, admin? This is where they handle the affairs of the kingdom, I guess? Yes, this is the administrative room. This is where most of the actual ruling of Liberl takes place. With Her Majesty ill, we're taking orders from the Duke. The castle gate is currently sealed to help ensure security. Please, feel free to walk around the castle for the time being. I'm sorry for any inconvenience, but nothing can be done. Okay. That's it. We've had a good look around now. That was the throne room, and that was the other set of guest chambers, so let's head on back. That's not the right one. Which one was Zin in? This one? Here we are. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Sorry. We got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors. Huh. Well, aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your workers' braces has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers. Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grancel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right. For a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. With all of them concentrated in Grancel, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Yeah, could be. Ugh, I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. And what's going on with Scara back in Roland? What kind of expression is that? Like a goose walked over your grave? Now, that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Scarazard, would you? You know her? She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages. Oh, okay. Makes sense. I met her a long time ago, when a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Her master? Yeah, probably Dad. Please, pardon me. The table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure. I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy? Sure. That fight left me starving. Let's go dig in! Come on, you two. It'd be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates, then? Plenty of knives and forks, though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who'll be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please, don't encourage her. On that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? Oh... Racist presumptions. He only knows how to eat with chopstick. Is that what you're saying? I'm told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in, when in Liberl, do as the Liberlians do policy. I am not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. You flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's more being polite than a lech, though. Anyway, His Grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So, the seat at the head of the table is for the Duke, and who might what that other one be for? Indeed. Colonel Richard. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait, sir. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, Commanding Officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. It was Richard. You've got to be kidding. You're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Got some kind of mound of red stuff. Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Mabel? What do you think of Grancel Castle's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bose Zantero's restaurant? Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. You are not the first to say such things. And what of you? Zin, wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberalian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers, I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. Indeed, it is a genuine treat. It's certainly delicious food. And we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before, during the ruin incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. You don't remember that? Yes, sir. Maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant, and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? And what might that be? I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Ah, that's excellent news. Could we possibly go in and check in on her? Unfortunately, he does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely, that is not all you wish to tell us. Right. If that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Aha! Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Oh, this is going to be her fake announcing the heir. She's going to say she delegates her responsibilities to Duke Doonan due to her tenuous health. She has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Doonan. Yeah, right. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, this is it. This is the coup. Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. She is not ill at all, is she? But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. She must have had a husband at some point though, right? Because she has a granddaughter. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take his grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that, as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true. Now they're thinking of installing democracy? If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty. Your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to show your doubts until then? Well... The issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace. Well, yes, this is true. Also, The Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on part of the Erebonians. Isn't this part of your plan as well? Aren't you, like, paving the way for the Erebonian takeover? What's your role? What's your stake in all of this, Richard? What do you want? What are you getting out of this? Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. He makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator.
In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it would be best to inform us first, so that we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct?
I'm glad to see that we have an understanding.
If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy.
Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens.
I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession?
Yes, the princess! Why isn't she the heir?
Well?
No doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young.
Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there's already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year.
Oh my!
I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate.
Does Dean Collins not know that Chloe is Claudia? He has to, right?
I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage.
Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Zin?
I don't mind. Speak freely.
Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now?
That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty.
Gotcha. I guess Liberal's military and Bracers are on just as good of terms as the stories say.
That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions?
Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild, then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I bet that was huge news for you guys, though.
Of course it was! I can't believe things have gone this far already.
Huh?
Never mind. We're not gonna let Zin in on the whole conspiracy. But really, what a shame. That food was so amazing, and it practically melted in the mouth. Couldn't tell what that last flavor was, though. Oh, don't tell me we've been drugged. Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to walk off some of that rich food, Estelle? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air.
You just played tourist a little while ago, and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know.
The mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over.
You've gotta be kidding. You're still hungry?
If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. Food was amazing, but the conversation and flow of wine were much less so. So, if you'll excuse me, I have some lost drinking time to make up for.
Well, there is a bar here. Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty. First things first, we go talk to the held maid, Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. Let's have a look around first.
The Colonel's points are all very logical and rational, but I believe it would be best to get the particulars from Her Majesty and Her Highness the Princess directly. I can't believe the Queen's so worried she's considering abdication. And Princess Claudia choosing a husband at her age? Events are unfolding so quickly, I hardly have time to react.
How is it possible that no one recognizes Claudia as Chloe? She must be well known.
What a shock this banquet has been. Duke Dunan is official successor to the throne. If anything could bring on a migraine, it's that. Seems it was a banquet to remember. And now my mistress has yet another worry to wrinkle her brow.
Seems the castle blueprints are missing too. What do they need with those? They're taking over, man. It's all fucking going to shit. It's a paddock cake.
Oh, it's you. Huh?
Richard.
Colonel Richard. Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. The last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmore was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. I realized that we exchanged few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius.
How'd you find that out? Your last name is Bright. It's not exactly a secret.
Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can probably express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh? Pardon me, Colonel. But don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a bit late. Yes. If we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Pardon us, then. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please, follow me. Joshua, what should we do? I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the head maid later.
Is he gonna spill all the dates? And say no one will ever believe you?
I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy.
Oh, we're getting the Cassius backstory.
I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. And since that time, I have found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did? And, what did you think of him at the time? To put it simply, he was a hero, and a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know any better, I'd say we were talking about two different people. So, you were with our father during the 100 Days' War? Yes, he was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. Anytime I get to talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Labeur would now be a part of the Erebonian Empire. No way! That's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen, so few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as the prime example of what a hero should be. He never said one word about any of this to me. Well, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. Not fair to criticize him for that. It is a little bit fair. Hey, whose side are you on? Besides, why didn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know all about all this or something? Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about. Vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it. I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about. I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble. Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt. No. Seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself, after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, all right. Our apologies for making you so late. Not at all. You have both told me the one thing I wanted most to know, and thus I have no regrets. Huh? How's that again? Haha, I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share in the stories. What is... Still don't get his motive. One sec, just gotta ban this bot. Okay, who was that man, and what has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? It's just that it's weird to hear him talking about Dad that way. I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue with Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. And I hate to say it, but I think that he might have been playing nice, just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as could be. Don't you think that's going a little too far? You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. The most polite possible way to say that you're an idiot. Huh? But just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say a bracer's job is pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you? What the hell are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, she should be in the maid quarters. Let's just have a chat first. Would you like an after-dinner drink? We can make anything you'd like, on or off the menu. Oop! Oh, that's the maid hall. I don't want to go in there just... Oh, no, wait. This is the... These are the rooms. The guest rooms. No, this is fine to go in. No one's here. Oh, hello.
Estelle, Joshua. So, have you met with Her Majesty?
No. Let's have a look out on the terrace. The area around the Royal Keep is off limits. No one is to be admitted. Okay. Well, there's still a few places we can check out. There's currently an important meeting being held in the throne room. If you're hoping to look around, I'm afraid you'll have to try again later. Everywhere's off limits now. This is the Intelligence Division's office. Authorized personnel only. Keep your distance. Another long workday. Even though the Duke was Her Majesty's representative, the Intelligence Division was pretty much calling all the shots. Colonel Richard went around. I shudder to think what might have been. I've got to be careful how I store the food so those damn rats don't get in. Which reminds me, do rats really like cheese, or is that just a myth? I just want to clean up here and get back home. Ah, hello, hello. Did you enjoy my cuisine? There's got to be like a secret escape route. That's going to be what it is. Finished at last. Now to get my cleaning supplies cleaned up and get home. Home is where the lack of cleaning is. You don't have quarters for the servants? This is between you and me, but cleaning up after the Duke's meals is revolting. It's hard to believe that he, the Queen, and the Princess are all related. Colonel Richard is such an amazing man. Pearls before swine, that is, Duke Doonan. The swine, that is. If Doonan is Alicia's nephew, then Queen Alicia must have a brother or a sister, right? Are they also dead? Everyone's dead. Now where did Shay and Mistress Hilda get off to? Alright, doesn't seem like there's anywhere else to go, so whoop. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. We got kind of caught by Colonel Richard. Did you now? He had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea of what we're up to, though. He might. I see. He is the CIA director. Ah, yes. That letter of introduction did mention that you were Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, do you know our dad, too? He used to come here when he worked at General Morgan's aide de camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Prince's, Her Majesty's son. A school friend of the Prince. Late Prince? Princess Claudia's father. Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening. Huh? But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come on in, Shay. Oh hey, aren't you... Shay, right? Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle, Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. He's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia. That shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. Oh, is Josh going to be in the maid uniform too? Huh? What do you mean? Estelle is going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair and you'll blend right in. Oh, I get it. Uniforms don't allow for much in the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in. Oh, me, in a maid's outfit. I'm wanting to try one on since we first met Lila. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms are easy to move in, they make cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get this sucker on me! Why are you so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the Queen. You won't have me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, aren't you? Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during the play at the campus festival. Is there really that much of a difference between the fancy dress and a maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. I can't appear before Her Majesty in women's clothes. This is a top secret stealth mission. You're gonna do what you have to do. Now put on the maid outfit and headband, you motherfucker. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not at all shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess. Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, Shay, help me out here. Say something. Anyone? I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Shay,
Don't you have that extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used though. He has that full dark hair, so it'd probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, looks like a 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this as a changing room.
Wait a minute. I don't remember ever agreeing to changing. Alright. If I have to change, I can do it myself. Shay, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you?
Kids these days.
Fan service!
Oh my. Ta-da! What do you think? I think it suits her very well. Such a bright, active maid in training. And after only just coming to the castle too. You certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will be any the wiser. Perhaps you'd like to work at Grancer Castle for real when this is all settled. Well, we already work as bracers, so, anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here!
No chance I can talk you out of this?
None at all. You're just making this take longer.
Fine. You're impossible sometimes.
Cross-dressing for the second time this game.
Well, it's almost frightening how good that looks.
Isn't it awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl!
A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world. Please, just say you're done.
Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself.
Yes, ma'am. We're finally gonna meet the queen in person.
Yes, this is a do-or-die moment. You just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep.
It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit.
Well, excuse me.
This was your idea. Can't believe you got the nerve to pick on... Sorry. Don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay?
I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food.
Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they?
But we're out of time. Let's go to the royal keep. Oh, we're playing as Hilda.
Joshua, your skin is almost as soft as a woman's. It's absolutely perfect for makeup. I'm actually kind of jealous.
Hilda! I wanted to talk to you about Her Majesty's diet. But I can't right now. I'm in the middle of several things at once. Later, though, we must sit down and talk, if you'd be so kind.
Well, Madam Hilda. What are you doing here? As you know, this area is restricted. No civilians are allowed. You have no official business, you'd best be on your way.
All cleaned up out here.
Well, if it isn't Hilda, what do you need from us? This is the Intelligence Division's office. Please, it's best if you keep your distance.
Oh, everyone's gone home.
Madam Hilda, what a long time it's been.
Why, Mare, you look simply exhausted.
There's no hiding anything from you, madame. I had some pressing business to finish before I left Bose, so I haven't yet slept.
That won't do it all. I'll have some incense sent you right away. Good stuff that should have you out in no time. I believe we just got some in from the east only a very short while ago.
Thank you for your kindness.
Oh, do these two know each other? Or is Hilda just famous as, like, the alpha maid? Madam Hilda, what brings you here at this hour?
Oh, a private visit from Mistress Hilda herself. A training aid inspection, is it? All right, then.
What's this? What magnificent architecture! What fantastic design! And the castle's not bad either. Miss, I think I shall have to request a room cleaning post-haste.
Oh, that smooth talker. It's currently an important meeting to be held in the throne room. Yep.
Madam Hilda, you look well.
As do you, Mr. Murdoch. You're busy as ever, it seems.
Yes, but it's hardly work at all when the central factory is so full of bright minds. Glad to hear Her Majesty is on the mend.
Indeed. I'm sure we'll be able to see her again soon. If there's anything you need in your room, please feel free to let me know. I'll bring it right away.
Thank you, Hilda.
I don't think there's anyone else in these other 3 rooms. Even the barman has gone home. Okay, there's not going to be anyone out here hanging out on the roof, so let's just go in. Let's save it as well.
Hilda, what business do you have with Her Majesty at this hour?
I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes, after all.
Such harsh words. Who are these maids with you? I don't recognize them.
His Grace ordered me to hire on some additional staff to help. They've only just arrived at the castle today.
Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute.
Thank you. Bows.
Well, I don't get the feeling we've met before.
Crap! Do you stare so hard at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I'd rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove.
Hey, it's not like that. We're the elite of the Royal Army. We wouldn't do that.
All's well, then. Now, will you please allow us to pass?
Pardon us, ladies.
First day at the castle and we've already got security clearance to see the Queen.
Please, go ahead.
Phew, that was intense. Thanks, Hilda. You're a real lifesaver.
Yeah, that was really well done.
I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Her Majesty? If you'd prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is.
Boy clothes, now. Oh, we both changed.
Oh, for the love of... Why are you always so self-conscious? What was wrong with what you had on?
It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is?
Yes, it is Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused.
Huh, no kidding? But I heard that the princess was tending to the queen.
I guess that's just gossip then. You'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. Her room is on the 2nd floor of the royal keep. I'll take you there.
Okay. We're still being escorted. It's the way in there. I see. There's only 2 rooms in here.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I've brought the 2 I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You 2 go on in. Right. Pardon us.
Oh. And she's totally fine.
I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Ausleys. I am the 26th monarch of the nation of Liberl. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild. And I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. It is a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Estelle and Joshua, I have truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer proper hospitality, but I have prepared some tea. Please, have some and relax. I see. So Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. Pitch-black orbment capable of negating all other orbal energies. And you say that the Colonel has acquired it. The Professor told us you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea. But I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I am worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, but what is this vague idea you have? I suppose there is no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbal reaction was detected beneath Gransel. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers? No. Far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Wow! So, it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know of have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and again, you find one that still functions, like Mayor Dalmore's family heirloom. And something like that is beneath Gransel. So what does that tell us about the Gospel? Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's functions? Could it do that? Yes. However, we were unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. It is beyond my imaginings how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. I see. In any event, it seems likely that trouble is on the way. He's looking to get at some ancient orbment that's buried beneath the city. I guess this is where the whole ancient civilization stuff is going to come up. It's probably like some great power that he's looking to get control of, right? Honestly, just as I start to think maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for, when someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when us bracers come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. I'd expect no less from Cassius's daughter. Huh? You're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty? Of course he is! Of course she is! He was a colonel! He was a friend of my late son's, and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests for me. Really? I didn't know that. I imagine there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume you have not been told. Well, nothing super detailed. Perhaps then that is the role I am meant to play. Estelle and Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Okay, now we're getting the goss. Now we're getting the juicy deets on the old man. Oh, yes, absolutely. It is no indulgence, Your Majesty. 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that is something I must omit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of Liberl. That's why they invaded some catastrophe in their country. So began the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days' War. 100 days is relatively short for a war, though. Like, that's pretty good. You got it sorted. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Haken Gate. In what seemed like scant moments, all of Liberl became occupied territory, save for Gransel. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire royal army. The reinforcements from Calvard were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Gransel too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been developed and were used to recapture Liberl's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one, using ships launched from Leiston Fortress. Zeiss, Bruin, Bose, Roland. With their supply lines severed, the Erebonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. There he is, and the one behind this plan for a counteroffensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. And there's General Morgan and Richard as well. It was your father who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterward, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in all the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. That clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I am sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. No, I had no idea. And he believed that the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death. Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left, you. And this time, he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. Dad, that idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. How could he even think that? Still, yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so, I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I have wished to apologize to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologize. You've protected the peace of this country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Liberl in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mom gave her life for so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Still, you have a kind heart, and I am grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever. Your Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like for you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? But Julia, I mean, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you. I am grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius's absence, I know of no apology that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father to return. But... If I may, Your Majesty. Peace that Dad restored and that you protect, though it is held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua... If the Colonel is able to use the Gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new King of Liberl, then what will become of that peace? I ask only that you consider that. Yeah, can you explain why their plot to install Duke? Like, I have to assume that you're not on board with that. So, like, how are they getting that going? Like, can't you just say no? And, like, obviously you're not sick as well. Your Majesty? You're being kept prisoner here, aren't you? Right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Bandit incident, we got that letter in the package. We've been running around all creation ever since. Feels to us like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace. So that everyone we've met and everyone we care about can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you. And just like Mom and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right, and I really want to see it through. Still, it seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. She, by which I assume you mean Chloe. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty! My liege, we will do whatever you ask. My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Aha! So the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her as the successor to the throne. So you're backing her. In other words, Duke Dunan was out of the running. Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean towards the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter the era, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Is that why? Is that why Duke Dunan wants to be king? Is that the only reason? And we have to assume that whatever Richard is planning, he couldn't do if Claudia was on the throne. She's too smart, I guess, for him to manipulate her. What is it exactly that Richard needs control of the king to do? What? If it's something to do with this artifact, then what's going on with it? Not to mention, the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive the succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It's hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. No way! He's taking over the country because he's misogynist? He's carrying out a coup d'etat because he doesn't like women? Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with his passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to this coup. This was all staged so that Liberl would become a strong military power, with the Colonel ruling from the shadows. So he does want to rule. I see. That finally lets us see the whole picture. So if Liberl became a militarized country, what would happen then? Does he want to... Okay, so he's not plotting to let the Empire come in and take over. Is he plotting then to invade the Empire and become an expansionist regime? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Horrible weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted. And no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Oh no. Indeed. The Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country, but I never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a notion goes hand in hand with free culture exchange and trade with all other nations to the benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic. That was it all along, misogyny. That's the motivator behind everything. And so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. That's how they're getting you to do it. They're holding Claudia hostage to force you to nominate Duke Dunan as the successor. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare to oppose the Colonel. But I am the Queen, and I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, I will do all I can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The Gospel still has to be dealt with. I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The Gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind, for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. Wow, what a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will.
I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old. Cool? Did you actually just call the Queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her. That's definitely outside the Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can. Right! But you know, I'm still freaking out about what the Queen told us about Dad. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she'd be willing to share. Estelle and Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh, yeah! Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Whoa, is it really that late? The Queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's apt to make the gods suspicious. Alright. Off we go then. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair. But please, relax. We are patriots to the core. That's good to hear. Now, I believe that we will be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave. By the way, ladies. Huh? I don't think we ever got your names. May we ask them? Lena, Scara, Dorothy. Let's go with Lena. My, isn't that a lovely name? It has a pleasant ring to it. Thank you very much. And how about you, miss? You may call me Karen. Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name. You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself. Ooh, he has to have gotten that from somewhere, right? Are you now? Oh, right. Where would the special ops? My name is... I think that's just about enough. I sense an ulterior motive at work. No, I mean, at least not from us. Please, be safe on your way home. Hello, Hilda. You need something else? Keeping watch over Her Majesty. You've nothing to worry about. Joshua must know a Karen from his past. And now, I'm just remembering that guy with the white hair in chapter 2. What the hell was that about? That also seemed like someone Joshua knew. Because we never seen him, we only saw him once and then never again. Well, aren't you, Mr. Popularity? It was like their eyes all changed when you told them your name. Hey, it was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining in the conversation. Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. Ugh, I kinda lost all my confidence there. Huh? What's all this noise about? Oh, Duke Doonan. The lady of the court. Hey, you maids. You don't look familiar. These are two of the new hires, who I'm instructing. This is Lena, and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Did he recognize us? Not good. Given how many times we've run into him, it'd be bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip. Enough with the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you. Stiff upper lip and all. Please, pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for the discourtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please, don't concern yourself. You know, now that I stop and look, I must say that you both are quite lovely. You with the brown hair, you have a very healthy, clean look to you. As for you, I personally think you look best with that raven hair of yours even longer. I am honored. Ah, yes. Later, was it not? You shall attend to me this evening. Your Grace? Ew, I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served. Your Grace, your flirtations while flattering are best saved for another time and place.
All of the maids in the castle work directly in service to Her Majesty, Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten. I know. Some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle will be mine in a week's time, anyway. We can set aside time for some fun then. Your Grace, please, no more of this. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this, knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for it. But I said I was just joking! Enough! I'm going to bed! As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there. Whoa! Oh, right. Lena. You just let me know if you have any problems. Anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give. Thank you very much. Aren't you cute? Yes, good. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please, set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I am truly sorry. Madame and young Mrs., I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave. I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I'll bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? The Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you. Please. I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Oh right, back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Well, you see... Oh, she didn't get it? Estelle, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. Hilda whispered something into Estelle's ear. Now do you understand? Yes. Hopeless. Completely hopeless. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we would have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask that you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. She's probably gonna be at the Herb Royal Villa, right? Because that's the one place we haven't been. Oh, are you one of our royal retainers? Yes. I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly. She's so kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. Thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? I don't believe any suspicions have been raised. Just keep alert until you return to your room. You never can be too certain how closely the Intelligence Division is watching you. Oh, I do hope the princess is doing all right. I should have gone with her. They're still building up. They're still building up this reveal that Claudia is Chloe, even though, like, it's really obvious. Looks like everyone else has gone home as well. Like, they're really dragging it out. No one here. What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour? Oh, Amalthea. Captain Amalthea. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here. But don't you think it a bit late for you kids to be out walking around? Please, pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So, where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. Kitchen, maid quarters, administrative room, royal guard room, cellar. Maid quarters. I admire your honesty. So, let's not waste time on games. I did, in fact, receive several reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? What? You don't think that questioning someone like that, when you already have the facts, is a little cruel? I'll take that as a compliment. So, what business have you in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly. Hey, goody, good to see ya. Well,
Oh! Estelle, Joshua! You been here the whole time?
Ah, Zin. Gluck.
Oh, now that's the stuff.
You're drunk.
Oops. Sorry. And hey, if ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice. Some luck that we met up again, eh?
I suppose.
So, what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble?
Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. I merely wanted to know their business, simply as a security precaution.
Yeah, I totally get ya. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey, Joshua, you kids find anything to eat?
No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck.
Oh well. I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, I just had a great idea. You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady.
I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand. Of course. It is late. We should probably just get to bed. Very good then. Now, if you'll excuse us.
Evil. Aw, denied. Oh well. Might as well just go back to the room.
Right. We'll go with you.
Looks like we managed to convince her, at least.
What? Zin, aren't you drunk?
I was acting drunk.
I had a single drop. Except for that massive swig I just took then in front of her. No way! Your face had even gone all red! He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right?
Huh, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes.
You are an evil, evil man, Zin. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me.
Sorry about that. So, what's the story?
What story?
I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the Queen.
Whoa! Wait, what? How did you... Did Elnan tell you something about this?
Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I?
Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know?
I guess it's finally time to show you this.
Zin produced a letter from his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua. He was in on it. What's this? I know this handwriting.
Well, don't just stand there. Read it. It'll explain a lot.
Don't tell me it's from Cassius. Okay. Dear Zin Vathek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. It is from Cassius. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberl, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you.
Could I persuade you to come to Liberl and help out, if they need it? Since you haven't been to Liberl before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There's a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate. It would make a fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. Intending to return to Liberl before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much, unless it seems like they really need it. So, Dad actually asked you to come to Liberl, which means he's in Erebonia now. That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it? What it means is that you were in cahoots with him all along. That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Kelvad. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again. I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset once I saw Estelle's techniques with the bowstaff. I asked Kilika about it, and that confirmed it. It would have been nice if you'd said something about it at all. Been worried sick wondering where Dad's been. Yes, we've just come back from meeting the Queen. I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything. But I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright. If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen. I suppose so. He knows this much. It wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? I agree. It'd probably be best to fill Zin in on everything. It is a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. Then Joshua told of how they had managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Chloe. Ah, hell, I mismade Joshua too. That's right, you missed. I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request. What, you will? Yep. I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help. We'd be glad to. Thank you, once again. Third-party member for the rest of the chapter sorted. Oh shit. Oh, here we go, underground. I talked to... Yeah, I did talk to everyone dressed as maids, I think. I don't remember anything special, in particular. What is this place? This is so... Richard's after some relic deep beneath the castle. I never would have imagined that something like this even existed. It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, would you be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level? Yes, sir. Monsters? Or something. Machino monsters. Whoa! Is that some kind of mechanical monster? Well, well. So these must be archaisms. Oh, he has a katana and everything. Holy shit! He took out that thing in one stroke! You were the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick-draw technique as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you've studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled. I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave men! The way to the ultimate power is open. Is he doing it... So he wants the power to rule the kingdom, but is he doing it out of some sense of responsibility? Does he feel like it's a burden on him that he has to take the power? He has to take the power into his own hands. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Liberl. I expect only the best of each of you. By your orders, sir. We of the Special Ops will work as one for the Colonel. For the glory of Liberl! For the glory of Liberl! Yeah, I know, the Empire invaded, and they also mentioned in the dialogue with the Queen that the reason was some sort of disaster that happened inside the country. Yeah, I was wondering, like, if One of my theories is that Richard is trying to pave the way for Erebonia to invade and take control of the country. Maybe because, I don't know, he's a secret agent for Erebonia or something. It doesn't really make sense, I guess, because he's a Liberl native. We saw that in his dossier. So the other thing is that we were talking with the Queen, is that he wants to turn Liberl into a militarized country. So I guess the other theory is that he wants to take control and then invade the Empire, like maybe as revenge. Or just become, like, ensure the future of Liberl by taking over the entire continent, basically. That's I guess, what I'm running with right now. I understand the situation. You've both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the Professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more I need to tell you. In any case, we consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. To Queen Alicia. 20,000 Mira. We have so much money and nothing to spend it on. Not the first time a native head of an intelligence thing betrayed their own country from the top. Happens a surprising amount. I guess so, but then the question would be, why? What would be the motive for him to want the Empire to take over? So, we haven't seen that yet. And he's trying to find this ultimate power underneath the castle as well. So I feel like the more likely of the two theories right now is that he wants Liberl to become expansionist and take over the entire continent. And that he sees that, I guess, as ensuring the peace and safety of the country by eliminating all their enemies. Now then, Zin. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-ranked bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand idly by in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end. I knew we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks, ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So he's the highest rank you can get? Wow. I never knew you were such a badass, Zin, and we're almost as strong as he is. Haha, well, at least in level, he's got way more health. Well, I may be A-ranked, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A-rankers across the continent. But above that, there's an informal S-rank. Oh, we've got shonen ranks now. That one's only granted to bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. Cassius. And there are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Whoa. I'm not even sure I want to think about what they can do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? I guess that's what that's what the ranking system is going to be in the next game. So in this game we had Junior Bracer 7th class to 1st class, and then the next game is going to be Full-Fledged Bracer rank G to rank A. One of those 4 is Mr. Cassius, Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes, I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear, it's hardly worth even getting upset about anymore. Royal Army Soldier, Hidden Hero, Divine Blade, S-Rank Bracer. If he's really so damn awesome, then it sure will be nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. Haha, you may be right. If you were with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Alfred readily in Austria-Hungary was blackmailed about how he was secretly gay. Wilhelm Canaris in Germany was a staunch monarchist who realized the Nazis weren't. And Kim Philby in MI6 was a communist. I see. Well, we did learn that in the discussion with the Queen that part of the reason why Richard is trying to install Duke Dunan as the king and rule from the shadows is because he's misogynist. And he just doesn't like the idea of Claudia taking the throne because she's a woman.
If you were with us, perhaps this would have never escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible.
Joshua? What's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least, it's just the impression I have. Oh.
So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire? Am I correct?
No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing that he was being used. You have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. Well, yeah. I never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close. Well, we know someone who's close to Cassius. Colonel Richard.
I don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes.
Okay.
More likely, it's just that two major events happen to overlap with each other.
Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I'm resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe that an emergency conference of the Grancel Guild branch of the Grace... The Grancel branch of the Gracer Guild... The Grancel branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act, but we're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all Bracers in Grancel, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of the other branches, but the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically, it amounts to martial law.
So, the enemy is finally moving at full tilt.
This may be to stifle any activity on part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. We're going to conduct a rescue operation. We'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Oh, fun! But we're up to it! So, do we have a solid idea where the prisoners are being held? It's gotta be the Herb Royal Villa, because it's the only place we haven't been. That's been on my mind for quite a while now, actually. I believe the most royal likely place to be the Herb Royal Villa. What a surprise. That's the building in the forest, right? It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counter-terrorism, few would question it. And I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Leyston Fortress.
Considering it's the army we're going to be going against here, it's like a more solid confirmation, however. I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. We assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it.
Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall? Yeah, we should ask to see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. And get them to contact me. It would be greatly appreciated. So, in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So, off to the cathedral then? There are 4 other bracers in the city. Kurt, Grant, Karna, and Annalise. Check in the bars and their usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing! Alright then, off we go. The 4 other bracers in the capital are present. Grant, Kurt, Karna, and Annalise. At the bars, shops, and inns, you're sure to find them. When you do, tell them they need to convene here. Now, if we should hear from the Royal Guardsman or your reporter, things would go much more smoothly. No jobs. And no one else here.
Thanks to the curfew, we can no longer do night fishing.
The more dire is our inability to travel, cutting us off from all but the most local of fishing holes. This is truly a dark time for our beloved guild.
I went to the platform to see if there were any flights to Ruin, but the soldiers told me the airships are grounded. I was really looking forward to doing some ocean fishing.
How long do they plan to keep us hostage like this?
A life without fishing is a life better spent dead. You can even call it a life at all. I'm going to lose my mind!
What's going to happen with the birthday celebration? I'm worried about Her Majesty's illness. The
trees lining these streets were planted to commemorate Princess Claudia's birth. Time sure does fly, doesn't it? With the tournament over, the streets feel a little bit freer. With the Queen's birthday celebration coming, that's not going to last very long. But this year, I'm not really sure what to expect. Now what? Tournament's done, so what's next? I'm so hungry. I wonder if the birthday celebration will proceed as planned. I plan to run this booth up through the birthday celebration. Unless the Queen gets better, they're just going to up and cancel on us, right? Ugh, I need to go get a drink. Talking so much. Okay, back. Zamurians, the Fisherman's Guild are weird about fishing, for sure. I was like, this coming up from the south here. The martial arts competition is always the prelude to the Queen's birthday celebration. With the Queen having fallen ill this year, what's going to happen? Will the celebration still be held? The airship platforms are completely closed off as of today. The Bracer Guild would never harbor terrorists. I wonder how the Queen's doing. Without any news, I've been so worried about her I can barely sleep at night anymore. Okay. Oh, we didn't talk to this guy, did we? Fire's blown, it looks like. Okay. It's positively amazing how much money I've made off the martial arts competition. We depend on the festivities this time of year to make ends meet. If we're in the red, we're dead. If we're in the black, we'll be back. It's important to listen to one's customers. I mean, they pay the bills, you know? I've always felt that if a customer needs help after hours, I mean really needs help, then I'll gladly stay late and do what I can. Gotta make sure Zacharias signs off on it though, and if I do it too often, he'll tell me to take a hike. With Her Majesty still sick, I just have no idea what will become of her birthday celebration. Oh, here she is. Hi, Karna! Hey, look who it is. Ooh, you got Old Man Zin with you. What's going on? Well, it's a long story. Uh-oh, sounds serious. Explain the situation and the Queen's request to Kana. You're not just pulling my leg, are you? I must admit, I did find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports and such have been shut down. So, what did you want with me exactly? Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate a plan. So if you would, please meet us at the guild. Gotcha. I'm already there. Don't you think it's a bit too quiet, considering the tournament just ended? Yeah, because it's fucking martial law, dude. I got the soldiers on the street taking over. Everything's ready to fucking pop. It doesn't even seem necessary, considering the way he seems to be wanting to gain control is blackmailing the... Not blackmailing, sort of, manipulating the Queen into installing Duke Durin as heir, and then just having them... and then ruling from the shadows. Doesn't seem like he needs to be doing all this close all the ports and stuff business. Her Majesty, the Queen is the center of our kingdom and the pride of our people. I want to see her well again. You know, the Queen's illness really has me worried. I'm worried about the terrorists too, of course, but I'm more interested in hearing news of Her Majesty's recovery. Like, it doesn't seem like he's actually going to kill the Queen. He's going to force her to abdicate. With the birthday celebration so close, I hope there'll be some news from the castle. And I pray it's not that the festivities have been cancelled.
Grant. Garnt. Hey, it's Grant! Well, if it isn't the big bad champions. I hear you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Did you eat anything good? Yeah, we did, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Oh? Something on your mind? Explained. Holy crap! You're not pulling my leg, are you? Right in front of the bartender here.
We are not. Every word is true. I'd stake my reputation on it.
If Sin the Immovable is moved by this, that's all the proof I need. I'll do whatever I can to help. You can count on it. Thanks, Grant! We'll all be meeting at the guild house to plan our strategy as soon as possible. So if you'd please, head over there while you can. Understood. Go well, friends. I'll catch up with you there. The tournament's over, but the city's still crawling with soldiers. Were the Royal Guardsmen really the ones responsible for the attack? I guess they're doing it to keep the Royal Guardsmen from fighting back. I can't believe the Royal Guardsmen were behind the terrorist attack. But if Colonel Richard said it, it must be true. Yeah, that's a good way to think. That's a normal worldview. Now that the tournament's over, the birthday celebration should be moments away from starting. At least that's usually how it goes. There seemed to be some kind of commotion with the workers here. Did something happen? Well, I guess I'd better get over to the store. My wife always has to leave early each morning, so I'm in charge of making breakfast. Lunch is by our own means, and whoever gets home earliest is the one to make dinner.
Now the competition's done, the birthday celebration should be starting up soon. A lot of people come to the capital for the birthday celebration, completely unaware that Her Majesty had fallen ill. It would be a disaster if they should just up and cancel the festival now.
Not 2 seconds after he left, he runs back in raving about buying a house. It's hard enough for us to pay rent on this dump each month, so how are we supposed to afford a mortgage? I finally told him, stop screwing around and find yourself a job, and then we'll talk. For better or worse, for richer or poorer, till death do us part. They just sold a house around here recently. I wish I were living there. This place is too small. If I worked hard enough, I could take out a loan and buy a place of my own. You need a job first, bro. Are they even having the birthday celebration this year? I heard the Queen's gotten sick, so maybe the party's gonna get cancelled. I have nothing to do until the birthday celebration. The Royal Guard may seem a bit antiquated by modern standards, but to see them sticking to their rules of discipline was simply breathtaking. Those special ops guys are grumbling about some search mission. I caught bits and pieces of it. Royal Guard, citizen, uncooperative, under some, shall we say, more colorful metaphors? What do they expect? The Royal Guard is very well respected. Everyone was all caught up in the Queen's birthday celebration. With all this hubbub, is it even going to happen this year? Popular rumor is that it's going to be cancelled, and the Queen hasn't made any official announcements to debunk that. Aw, the airships are stopped. I was all ready to go cover the anti-rows and bows. Now I have to think of something else to write. Cruel fate, why must you mock me so? This is weird, Chief. You haven't heard anything in 2 days.
Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story. Given how close we are to a state of martial law, I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either.
Oh, hi guys! Hello, Dorothy. Pardon us.
Oh, it's you! Perfect timing.
Good afternoon. We're here to talk to Niall, but I'm guessing he's not around?
That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. No word from him or anything.
Huh? Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening, 2 days ago. Really? What do you mean, really? You gave him the message to meet him. You gave us the message to meet him for Idios' sake. He came here to talk to him after the semifinals. Oh, right. Now that you mention it. So, did he say anything to you? Like, where he was going? Out researching an article, someone had just called him. We went out to dinner. Someone had just called him. Right, I remember what happened. He got a call from someone, then said he had to leave.
Are you serious?
Yes. We haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Oh no! I can't believe Niall's dead!
What?
Who said he was dead? Today is when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday, though, so maybe he went to another province?
I already inquired with the landing port's passenger registry, and there's no sign of him. So, I figure he has to still be somewhere in town. You two were the last ones to see this reporter fellow. Weren't you talking to him about something for a news article?
Huh?
These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief? I certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the Intelligence Division. They monitor and censor everything we do. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is. Which means that you can't get much information for your stories. But it's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers.
I see. So he went to check out a new subject that the Intelligence Division hadn't started censoring yet. What was the last thing he told us about? I think it was about... Tournament when... Ah, right. Arranged marriage for Claudia.
And the Duke mentioned something about it at the dinner party. Oh, Niall told you about that too? It'd make a hell of a story if it's true. He mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. How did a reporter like Niall even learn about something like that? I'd have thought that something like that would be known only to the royal family.
Well, he did say he's friends with someone who works in the Arab Royal Villa. Completely off the record, for the terrorists are supposedly after the princess. So, she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety. There's the confirmation we needed. I knew it!
Oh, and the veil is lifted.
Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa. Which would mean that Niall's probably there too.
You don't say. Well, if I know Niall, he'd probably tried to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. And if the soldiers saw him, they'd have arrested him on the spot.
No! Niall's a goner! Why do you keep coming back to that? But if he has been arrested, getting him out isn't going to be easy. Yeah. I'm betting that he and Princess Claudia are pretty much in the same situation.
What exactly do you people know? You have inside information about what's going on in this city? And all over the borough?
Sorry, but we really can't talk about it. Just let the Bracer Guild take care of Niall. He has been arrested. We'll see to it that he's released.
All right. Please, do whatever you can.
Please, you guys! You gotta bring Niall back! Leave it to us!
I'm leaving Niall in your capable hands.
Please, Estelle, I beg you! Please, save Niall! Aww. Niall was so reckless when he first started this job. Really, he still is pretty reckless. That's probably why he always gets the goods. Let's see in here. Adam put in a request to the Royal Army to find little Rianne. There's been no word. She's still missing? My granddaughter Rianne has not come home since yesterday. And I've received no contact from my husband either, as usual. Oh, what to do, what to do? Both as a wife and as a grandmother, I must remain ever vigilant. Family relations are not to be taken lightly. The girl who lives here hasn't come home yet. I just heard about it from base. I sure hope she's found soon. Early this morning, I crossed paths with one of the nuns from the cathedral. Where could she have been going at that time of day? There were rumors that the terrorists who claimed to be bracers just up and ran. They got through the Zeiss inspection and then disappeared. Who knows where? They're not giving anyone any details on Her Majesty's illness, including us. All we can do is keep patrolling. We have our orders, after all. There's a newly cloistered nun, but I haven't seen her around today. I pray that she is not taken ill. Are you looking for Sister Ellen, perchance? I believe the Archbishop should know her whereabouts. He should be in the sacramental chamber to the southeast of this room. Let me see in here. Nothing. For every meeting, there must also be a parting. Each goodbye is a new hello in waiting, and this rule shall remain steadfast throughout each of our lives. Life moves ever forward, pulled by threads we call destiny. There is no beginning, no middle, and no end. There is only the human condition. There is no way we, as men and women, can fully conceive of this universe within which we dwell. That is something only the goddess Eidos can properly envision.
And who might you be?
We're, members, of the Bracers. The Bracer Guild, I mean. We were looking for a Sister Ellen.
Where are you now? Might I guess that you share complicity with her, then?
With a nun? Ew, no! He's asking if we know her real identity is still. We're here with the information that she asked us to find.
I'm sorry to say that she's no longer at the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left.
Where to? I mean, do you know where she might have gone?
If only I did! I've been close with the royal family for years, and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant. But this time, she refused to give me any details. She no doubt wished to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring.
I see.
I wouldn't worry, though. She had the light of hope in her eyes as she departed. I'm confident she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause.
Well, that's good at least. But the thing is, we kind of need her to stay in touch with the Royal Guardsmen.
Well, begging for rain in the desert only gets you sand. We should probably go. The best thing we can do is covertly keep an eye out for the other Royal Guardsmen.
Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all we've got.
You seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Eidos helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Eidos will surely take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path.
Okay. Next. Yesterday there were a lot of soldiers patrolling the landing port. What happened there? I just don't buy that the Royal Guardsmen are terrorists. It's pure crazy talk. We like to talk that they're all just pomp and ceremony, but we really do know better. Everywhere you go, you see those special ops soldiers. And yet, they haven't found even one Royal Guardsman yet. I'd give up fishing altogether. If you'd just come home. His wife left him. Because he was fishing too much. Look, you're in the way. Please, just move along already. Paris could be anywhere. Anyone. We've got to keep a close eye on the crowd. Oh, he's gotta go. Finally, a moment of peace in my home sweet home. I swear, that man is far more concerned with what's to become of the birthday celebration than any grown man should be.
At this rate, what will become of the birthday celebration? It's such a monumental event every year. To cancel would be the shamest of shames.
Wow, that final match was crazy. I was drinking so much to, commemorate the victory. I wound up waking up in a very unfamiliar place this morning. In circumstances I would prefer not to recount, thanks. Guard duty must be the pits. All I'm doing is, well, loitering. But those soldiers keep on questioning me like I'm some kind of terrorist. you see anything unusual or unlawful, please be sure to let us know.
With the tournament over, it'll soon be time for the Queen's birthday celebration, but nobody knows anything about Her Majesty's illness or what's happening around here in general. I guess it makes sense that Duke Dunan would be acting in place of the Queen given the circumstances, but still, why don't we know more?
Birthday celebration's almost upon us. I want to catch those terrorists before it ends, so we can go out on a happy note this year, you know?
Kurt, the bracer, has returned, but he looked a bit on the pallid side. I hope he's alright.
Where is he? The very last room. I wish I could remember that time a little better. Like there's a thick fog blanketing the whole thing. Yeah, I feel like this... He has talked about how he doesn't have memory of this incident. I think probably he was a victim of the weird hypnosis as well that the conspiracy is using.
Oh, hi Kurt.
It's good to see you here.
Hi, Estelle.
Hi, Joshua. Oh, Zin's with you too?
Didn't you know that we were going to that dinner party at the castle yesterday? That was when these two rookies took on a pretty major assignment.
What major assignment? I think it's best if we tell you more or less the whole story. Everything. You're serious?
Of course we are. That's why we really need your help.
No, that's not it. I'll admit I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request of you. But the black ornament that the Colonel has, it's real?
Kurt? What's wrong? You look awfully pale.
Whoa!
What in the world?
Step away from him.
Huh?
Shade. Lift!
What was that? You don't even touch him, and he acted like he got electrocuted.
It's a special spirit channeling breath technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without direct physical contact. Thanks, Wikipedia.
I don't normally like to be so rough, but the time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling?
Oh, wow. Actually, a lot better. I can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it's coming back. I'm a little unsteady from the shock, but I think I'll be alright.
So, what do you remember?
Didn't I say so before? There was an accident around 3 months ago. You lost your memories while you were working, right? Yes, someone had asked me to check up on those men in the black outfits. And then, I took something suspicious from them. It was the black ornament.
Huh?
So the person who gave you the assignment? Yes, it was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packaging it up and sending it to him. But that's really as far back as I can remember, so he was the one who sent the package.
So, the K on that package was you!
Yes. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it. The package was delivered to you two. Do you remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off the package? Yes. After I left the port, someone called out to me. And then... It's no good. It's all still one big blur.
You're probably best off not pressing your luck. It's likely to just cause strain that you can't handle yet.
Yes, alright. I'm really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all.
Which brings us to a bigger question. Who would have done this? Maybe those special ops guys?
It's possible. They did use that nasty poison on A-Gate after all. As if they're manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss.
Ugh, now there's a cheerful thought. Plus, there's the Sky Bandit's boss and Mayor Dalmore to consider. We have to be really careful.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything really useful to tell you. I know what Her Majesty asked you to do. I want to help if you'll let me.
But are you sure you'll be okay?
Sure. My memory may be like a sieve, but physically I'm fine. I owe you for your help, so please, allow me to make it up to you.
If you're feeling up to it, sure. We need to work out a strategy. For now, let's meet back at the guild.
Alright. You have my thanks.
Okay.
Seems Kurt's gone out. Does that mean he's feeling better? So, how was the banquet? I only got to see the food during my rounds inside. I didn't get to eat any of it, sadly. So, did you enjoy your look around the castle? Yes. Armand's been talking to himself all day today. I know he's got something on his mind, but he just won't tell me what it is. How can he be such a meanie? Time to bust out the pouty face. I looked all over town, and the best place to pop the question is right in front of the gates, I think. That's what I was thinking as well. He's gonna propose. Now that the competition's wrapped up, the street should get a bit quieter. What do you think will happen with the Queen's birthday celebration? It's gonna be cancelled for sure, don't you think? I mean, they wouldn't celebrate if the Queen's still sick. They couldn't, could they? I got a letter from the museum director in Bose. Apparently he's stuck there thanks to the airships being grounded. The Belle's history is quite long, and more than a little sordid. Its roots go back to more than 1,000 years, as I understand it. Wait, Le Burle's only been Le Burle as long as the royal family's been around. So you're telling me that the royal family is that old? They are, and I, for one, would love to tour the inside of that castle, see what ghosts I could dig up. You two got to see the inside of it yesterday, did you not? Tell me, what was it like? Well, it felt pretty old and historic, I guess. There was definitely a lot to see in there. We weren't really given much of a chance to see it. Afraid there's nothing we can really tell you that you wouldn't already know. I see, I see. That's too bad. I suppose I'll have to wait until the castle is reopened to the public. I'm very curious as to what it's like inside the castle. I'm afraid I'll have to wait until it's reopened to find out, just like everyone else. Let's check the landing as well. The Royal Army's gone about shutting down all the orbital ship platforms. Sounds like troubles have brewing to me. Our deepest apologies for any inconvenience. The Royal Army's put a hold on all passenger and shipping flights today as an anti-terrorist countermeasure. We'd be happy to offer you a full refund on your tickets if you'd like. The Royal Army's closed the landing platforms again. Give me a break already! Tickets and reservations have been getting cancelled left and right. Wouldn't be any surprise though, you know. The airships are all grounded after all. Anger. Rising. They're never gonna catch those damn terrorists. I swear the collective IQ is like 12. Swaggering around like that makes me sick. I've been run out of my workplace. Damn military type shut it down on me. The airships are all grounded too. What the hell is going on? Gransel Landing Port is closed for the time being. For the good of the people. Sorry, but we can't just take you on your word that you're bracers. Hope you understand. Go, move along now. No civilian should have any business here. I'll have to bring you in for questioning if you insist on loitering in this area. God, they're really clamping down. I've been instructed to keep Olivier from leaving the embassy premises. I'll probably refrain from acting on his behalf too, at least for the time being. Well, the martial arts competition went off without a hitch, but I'm still a bit worried about the birthday celebration. What are you doing here if you're not selling tickets to anything? After the tournament, this place gets pretty quiet. What I'll be doing for the Queen's birthday celebration, you ask? Sadly, I can't say. The ambassador can't decide on his schedule, and until he does, I've got to keep mine open as well. Let's sigh.
The birthday celebration isn't quite the same with Duke Dunin instead of the Queen. I hope she gets better by the time it officially starts. Someone like Ricky would never be able to understand the passion that wells deep within me. Somebody save me. Right now, Anton's not talking to me. But we all go through patches like this sometimes, you know? Ugh, I drank way too much yesterday. I don't even remember who I was drinking with. Oh, my head. Probably that Godfrey fellow, right? Boys are so full of energy. Seeing Carla's daughter really makes me want one of my own. I want to go to Lucia's house. I come from a village by the sea where there are lots and lots of pretty white flowers. My best friend Polly and all my friends live there. Whatever happened to those Royal Guardsmen people? Have you heard anything? Hooray! Now that the martial arts competition is over, the birthday festivities can begin. It's gonna be super fun! The birthday celebration is only a few days away, but there's been no word from the castle. I wonder how the Royal Guard's investigation is coming along. The castle is still closed to visitors. I feel bad for the people who came all this way to see it. Annalise is going to be in here, right? There she is. Let's talk to people first. My sister can't sing! So that means she has to suck at selling tea, right? Right? You heard it here first. Queen Alicia loves tea, like adores it. Sometimes some of our royal aides come to buy our teas. I take some small measure of pride in selling the same teas that the Queen loves oh so much. It's my imagination, or there are fewer things on the shelves than usual. Oh god, everything's coming to a head. Hey, want a copy of the Liberal News Martial Arts Competition Special Edition? Good for spectators and participants alike! Yes, we do want a copy of the news. We did miss Issue 5, unfortunately. Featured story, victors decided. Crown goes to an unlikely team. When the last of the Special Ops units slowly sank to their knees, the referee raised his hand, and the entire arena erupted in fanfare. The competition, which got off to a rocky start after the change from single to team matches, had yet another unforeseeable surprise awaiting eager fans in the form of a team of unlikely victors led by Zin Vathek of the Kalvad Republic. Was there anyone out there who could have anticipated such a feat? Martial artists, 2 bracers and a musician, an unheard-of combination to say the least. Yet, this is the group that advanced to the finals and took the crown by defeating the elite of the Special Operations Unit. Just goes to show, it's not over till it's over. The winning team's members continued to work effectively by leveraging their individual talents in complementary harmony with one another, playing off each other's strengths. The competition itself was an event replete with powerful heated battles and unique team dynamics, which ended explosively to thunderous ovation. Liberal News wishes to honor the valiant efforts of all those who participated in this year's proceedings. The winning team invited to the Royal Banquet. In a ceremony held at the conclusion of the competition, the winning team was awarded a cash prize of 100,000 mira, which we can never spend, and an invitation to the Royal Banquet. This formal dinner will be hosted by Duke Dunan van Alslees. The mayors of each city and other various persons of influence are also scheduled to attend. Society, the Queen shows signs of recovery. The Liberal News has been informed that Her Majesty the Queen, who has been recuperating, is expected to return to her official duties soon. The anniversary celebration, which was in danger of being postponed, will now assuredly be conducted on schedule. In recent days, with unsettling news becoming the norm, it is certainly wonderful to receive such joyous tidings. Society, Intelligence Division steps up defense. The search for the officers of the ex-Royal Guard accused of acting as ringleaders in a series of terrorist-related incidents has proven to be an onerous one, and after making little headway, the Intelligence Division decided to station members of their unit within the Royal City, in a move to further step up defensive measures. All security positions covering Gransel Castle are also expected to be relegated to the same unit. Society, an ancient dragon sighted? Reports have made their way to our news desk regarding the sighting of an enormous silhouette making its way across the sky above Ravenue Village, located in the northern part of the Bose region. Public speculation revolves around whether or not the object in question is, in fact, the ancient dragon which has been living in the world since before the Great Collapse. According to statements by a number of researchers, the Bose region was the last place the ancient dragon had been sighted, giving further credence to the claim the great creature may still be presently living among us. Research concerning the ancient dragon has also begun to take a leap into the public spotlight as of late. These purported sightings have, of course, only fueled researchers' excitement. I wonder how the dragons are going to tie into the story at some point.
All the shopkeepers seem to be in an uproar over something just now. What the heck happened?
The army's completely shut down the airship platforms. What are they thinking? How are we supposed to get any new stock at this rate? A bunch of smegheads, if you ask me. Well, if it isn't Zin and the re-recruits. Back from the castle already? Well, yeah, I guess we are. Annalise, could we have a moment of your time? You have something juicy you're looking to share with me? Well, if by juicy you mean spit your juice all over in shock, then yeah. It's a real juice bomb. Ooh, you have my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it? Huh? Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things could get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help. Let's see. Sorry, my head's just a little scrambled from how screwed up this whole situation is. Oh, sir, excuse me. How screwed up this whole situation is. I don't really get all of this, but you want everyone to meet up at the guild house, right? Right. Helen will fill you in on all the details. Okay then, I'll go and see what's up. You know, they made fun of Estelle at the beginning of the game for being a bracer despite being a girl, but we've actually run into numerous female bracers. There's Skara, Annalise, Kana. Like, almost half of them. Alright, I think we've talked to everyone, so let's go. The other bracers are already assembled. Have you heard from the Royal Guardsman or the reporter? Sorry, sir, no contact. But we believe we've gathered the intelligence we need. Explained everything they learned in the Cathedral and the Bell News. I see. We can conclude with fair certainty, then, that Princess Claudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate that you are unable to make contact with the Royal Guardsmen, but at least we know now that they haven't been captured. Shall we get started, then? Yes. We need to start working out the details of the rescue operation. Are we up to date on the pertinent details of the Intelligence Division's planned coup d'etat, then? Given this information, we should consider ourselves under contractual obligation to Queen Alicia. I can barely believe what I'm hearing. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner. I was suspicious of those special ops troops from the very beginning, but I really trusted Colonel Richard. And he was behind the Sky Bandits and Mayor Dalmore. We got completely snowed. And we can't let them get away with it, that's for sure. Can you all be counted on to cooperate in this assignment? Damn straight! Just lead the way. I owe these guys some black eyes. Rhyme unintended. Count me in for sure! This is gonna be good! We've got strong allies. We'll prevail without a doubt. Now, let me explain the details of this mission. We have to move fast as there are lives at stake here. Not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through a frontal assault is our best option. We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got. How will we be divided? We'll split into two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. The decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team makes its way into the villa. Remember though, we're dealing with the Intelligence Division's special ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest we also add an ambush team to aid the decoy team. And a second decoy team to assist the rescue team. Man, we're really teaming with teams here. But why do we need those? The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy forces, and then both teams could attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team would attempt to break the enemy's ranks, allowing the rescue teams to enter the villa more easily. Ah, yeah, I guess that's a good point. Even the odds a little bit. But do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads? No, we don't. We've contacted other guild branches, but with the airships grounded, we're pretty much on our own. Well, crap. If only we had Skara and A-Gate. However, I agree with Zin that trying to carry out this operation with only 2 squads is risky. We may need to re-examine this strategy. If numbers are all you lack, maybe we can be resistant, Skara. Ah, Ellen. Or Julia, rather. Hey! Lieutenant Schwartz! Well now, if it isn't Sister Military! It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Royal Guardsman Sub-Commander Lieutenant Julia Schwartz. The Royal Guardsmen are here at your disposal for this operation. More than one? Understood. Your participation will be most invaluable. I count 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourself. 9 soldiers? My remaining troops are incognito, stationed all throughout the city. I can assemble them within the hour. That's great! All 9 members of the Royal Guard are hidden in the city, despite the fact that the city is swarming with guards, and they haven't managed to find a single one. That's... the army in, like, the LaBelle army is so incompetent. Like, and they got thrashed in the competition as well. They're just horrible. That's great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, how did you know we were going to try to save the hostages? We tried to find you at the cathedral and tell you, but you had already disappeared. Did you? My apologies. All I knew was that you had accepted the Queen's mission. I found out last night. Last night? We only just met with the Queen last night ourselves. Yes, I'm aware of that. We have sources for military intelligence of this sort. All that matters now is that Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it. It was probably Sieg or something, right? Sources? I want sources! Can I share some of yours? I don't... Let's leave it at no, Estelle. More importantly, the Guardsman's assistance will give us the fixture forces we need to fill the ambush and support teams. Indeed. With this additional manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with extra manpower secured, we should start deciding on the teams immediately. Roger that. You need 2 decoy teams, right? I believe 5 of my troops should be sufficient for one of them. Yeah, I'd say those Royal Guard uniforms should definitely catch their attention. My thoughts, exactly. We target the Intelligence Division's aerial squadron, stationed just on the outskirts of the Herb Scenic Route. Wait a sec, aerial squadron? You don't mean... I'm afraid she does. It's on the Scenic Route's outskirts. Now that you mention it, there is a stretch out of land out there that's been completely blockaded. According to my intelligence, there is only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If we attack, they will have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements. Oh, I get it. That's some good decoying right there. And then when the reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops in and takes them all out, right? We should form that ambush team then. I knew all those years of hunting down monsters in the bush would pay off one day. And we've got a gunner, too. We'll be able to handle this, no problem. Alright. 2 teams locked down. I guess the guys would be harder to find in plainclothes. I guess, but... there can't be that many of them, though, right? They would have to be recognizable by face to some extent. Now, for rescue and decoy, too. I think the second decoy team should also be comprised of my Royal Guardsmen. The Special Ops will definitely drop their guards more readily to apprehend them. So, that leaves us. Of course we're the rescue team. For the rescue team. All the other teams will be acting to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment on the field, by far. This is no game. Playing an actual role in a crucial turning point for our history. Make sure you're up to the task. Sheesh, no pressure. There's no need to worry. We will persevere. History favors the just. I'm not so sure about that. Besides, you guys are the Grand Slam Martial Arts Competition champions. And we'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy force busy. Hopefully, all you need to worry about are the hostages. Julia, Helm, and Zin, We, Estelle. The word you're looking for is we. We can do this, and we will. You're right. You are so right. We're gonna kick some special ops special asses! That's the spirit! And that's the plan. The operation will begin at nightfall. We'll use the dark for cover. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. Is this the point of no return? I have a feeling it might be. So, if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now, or forever hold your peace. Man, this is getting pretty real. I will ensure that Her Highness is made aware of the plan. Alright everyone, tonight, here, got it? Looks like you haven't had a moment's rest since everything started. Take a minute now and get everything squared away. I'll leave the breaking and entering to you guys. What? You guys can totally do this. Intelligence is resorting to using hostages? That's just disgusting. Let's go save us a princess! We're the only ones who can possibly pull this off. So let's get pulling! Ah, you're here. Good. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city.
So if you still have two loose ends to tie up, speak now. Better hold your peace. Hang on. Have we got any dialogue on the citizens? What's gonna happen? That's not new. Freezing. Okay, no new dialogue. How is our ordnance set up? I think we're set up how we want. That's all fine. That's all fine. That's all fine. It's a shame that we don't have Olivier, we don't have a fourth with us. Maybe we'll recruit Chloe when we rescue her. Okay, do we want to try and make some food before we go? Auto meat. Oh, that's the sit-down one. Here's KO. We may as well go all in, right? Just, hang on, vintage giant. Let's just go and buy, like, a shitload of everything. All ingredients. No. This way. Is it you? You sell the healing items. You sell accessories. Here's the ingredients. Sure, why not? We've got money to burn. You don't keep any money if you transfer your data to SC. So you do transfer data. I was wondering about that. I was wondering what the system was going to be for how they're going to the next game. Like, do we start at level 1, or do we start at a high level but with just predetermined stuff, or is there some system where we transfer? I actually didn't expect it to be a transfer system, but that's good. Buy everything. Because we've already got the best possible gear. So there's like literally nothing else to spend it on. Except ingredients. Hang on, I'm getting mixed up here. Save your level and get some goodies and extra rewards and a few side quests. Is that all? I thought maybe you might get to keep your gear and orbits and stuff as well. There we go. Now we can make a lot of shit. We can make a lot of really overpowered healing items. Unfortunately, this takes bird eggs, which we don't have a lot of. Monster sushi. We don't need to make, like, many, because... because we don't need to make, like, the low-level ones that only heal a few hundred. Hot fried chicken. Cure seal. Plus 30% speed. Gear isn't kept. Weapons are, but augments... Weapons are question mark. Weapons are... But augments are justified with a new version. I see. Augments have bad backwards compatibility, so... we have to update our augments to Windows 11? Fuck, man! No!
Alright, that's plenty. Is there any stuff that we haven't... Refreshing pie. Let's just get some of these recipes out of here as well. All the rest of these I think I have. We missed 2 recipes. Not bad, though. Specialty eggnog. Special ice cream. Refreshing pie. It only heals health. But it heals quite a lot of health. Alright. We're stocked up. One sec. I'm just gonna go to the toilet, and then we'll head off to the villa. Okay. Back. Good to go. Unfortunately, I did not get enough Black Sabbath to be able to buy an Action 3 quartz. That's the one thing I was not able to get. We could do it, but we'd have to grind like crazy to get enough Sabbath for it. Maybe we'll find one on the way. Also, there's a chest down in the fucking sewers that I couldn't figure out how to get to. Maybe I'll look in the sewers one more time. I need to equip haze on someone for this, because I just cannot fucking deal with the enemies down there. Let's see if I can remember how to get to it. Yeah, it's this way. And I think it's over here. Not this way. Nah, don't need to be dealing with that. There! Right there! How the fuck do I get over there? I fully explored both sides of the sewers, and I couldn't figure out how to get there. I thought maybe there would be a third part of the sewers under the castle. gonna deal with that. You get there later? Really? What, like in the next game? Maybe after this, after we get the villa, we come back and we hang out under the castle or something. Where the hell am I going? So we get there after the point of no return, which is interesting. Still quite a bit more game, I see. Figured that maybe... Yeah, I figure this last part is going to be pretty hefty. Still, pretty mean of them to tease you like that. Alright, you can have your move ornament back. This is a long game, though. I know I've been being very thorough about talking to NPCs and stuff. And I'm not speeding through the text, I'm reading all the dialogue. But we're easily over 60 hours into this game. Gone to the dungeon under Gransel. I didn't know we would go. Is it? It's on the scenic route. Like, I don't know anything about what's coming other than that we're heading to the villa to rescue Chloe and Niall. And because like I know that there's the next game and everything, so I don't know what is going to be left. What's going to be left in this game, and what's being left until the next game. Hello. Apparently this is one of the only way to kill you guys. We don't really have anything else of it though. Got one. What are you sparkling for? Don't do that. That's creepy.
We're good to go.
16. Not much experience, but loads of Sepith. Here we go. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Let's save here as well. Locked. Oh, I'm so stupid. I've just come here directly. We need to talk to Elman back at the guild. Oh, well, okay, let's go to the villa. No, you gotta talk to the fucking story NPC, dumbass. Alright, back we go. Get out of the way. Actually, just go ahead and die.
They messed with the...
We did coordinate it. We had that whole conversation. Nah, I get it, come on. Ah, you're here, good. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. If you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now, or forever hold your peace. We're ready. Understood. Let's review the operation. So, are we going to meet back here? Well, this is the Amber Monument rest area, so this should be the place. The only real issue is whether or not Lieutenant Schwartz and her men can get here undetected. No need to worry about that. Whoa, when did you get here?
Haha, nice work staying hidden in Gratzel.
We have quite a few sympathizers among the citizens. We finished our preparations. We can begin whenever you're ready.
Alright. We're waiting on your order, Estelle.
Huh? My order?
You were the ones who originally received Her Majesty's request.
So, we're waiting on your command before we begin. But I'm just a rookie. That really doesn't matter. I don't think you'll have a problem. Just do it without shouting, okay? We'll be there to help. We have no objections. Have a little faith in yourself.
Don't worry about the trivial details. Just deal with things as they come.
Right. Okay then, here goes. Everyone, let's get those hostages rescued.
I am so freaking hungry. Isn't it time to change shifts yet? Come on, stay focused. There's no telling when the Royal Guardsmen might finally show themselves. There weren't more than 10 escapees. If the Colonel really puts his mind to it, we could hunt the lot of them down in no time.
If you think it's so easy, then go ahead and try.
What? Lieutenant Schwartz! Listen up. We have word from the ID ship. We apparently have a lock on the Royal Guardsmen. If we get there quickly, this will be our chance to wipe them out. Roger.
That settles that.
Idiots. The airship's locked down. You'll never be able to use it. If you'd just done as the Colonel said, we would have spared your lives.
But now you're... Okay, if you want to get A rank in SC, you'll need to squeak by with at the very least 4 under maximum BP. What does that mean? You have to intentionally ignore BP?
Anyway, but now you're going to die, and you've only got your own stubbornness to blame. Take this! Bracers! You can't be serious. You're not actually going to try standing against the Royal Army? Sorry to disappoint you, but you've already been marked as criminals.
By order of the Queen, you will let us pass.
The ambush party's on the move.
We'll go ahead and lure the remaining forces into the front gardens. You can break into the villa while they're distracted. Sounds good. Adios be with all of you.
Donk. Sploosh. Alright, looks like they went for it. Now's our chance to sneak in.
Okay.
Roger that.
SC has a maximum possible BP of 382, you need at least 380 for A rank, so you need to do everything. You need to not miss anything, is that... So, this is the Herb Royal Villa. It's gorgeous. Certainly gives the castle a run for its mirror. Well, it is a royal family residence.
Oops, looks like the welcoming committee's here. Who are you people? You don't need to know our names. Words will serve you no purpose here. Let's go.
What kind of physical damage are we doing here? Okay, not too bad. We're taking a lot, though. Gotta hit both of us? Miss! Oh shit. Oh fuck, he got the crit. Oh, that really sucks. I lost all his CP. Fuck! Oh, that's bad actually. That sucks.
We're good to go.
And now he has to build up again from nothing. I think Estelle can have... I think I have an EP cut 3 that I can give to Estelle. Oh, luckily Josh has his... he has the gladiator thing that gives him CP on every turn.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Now, where's the princess being held? This place is huge. We'll just have to search it room by room. We just hang around here. You can bet we're going to have more company. And soon. Let's get a move on. Oh, she does have the EP Cup 3. Good. Let's eat. Here we go. And that still wasn't enough to get the full. What's something where we got a lot of stuff? Yeah, just getting on the floor and having a nice sit-down meal in the middle of the rescue operation. That accessory that refills CP goes crazy, because he died and he's already back up over 100.
What? Who are you people? Huh, dumb of a muscle.
We should take these guys a little bit more seriously. I don't think we need to heal now because we've got Earthguard coming in, so let's try and get some damage. We might need to. Okay. And that just wipes them.
Savor the victory. We own it.
Not fun. Attacks from out of nowhere. Looks like there's still quite a few soldiers in the castle, patrolling the corridor in the central courtyard periodically. Our only option will be to silence anyone who sees us. Oh, and we got the level, so we don't even need to heal. Based. Okay, so this is the courtyard. Just trying to get... Oh, we got a map. I see, we got a nice map. Okay, let's start from this side and go one by one. I see, this is how it's gonna be. Oh, fuck off! Literally, fuck off. Okay. Gotta get heat. Oh, fuck. Who are you people? Crap, we totally picked the wrong room.
What are you doing here?
Ain't seen you before. Good evening. We're with the Bracer Guild.
Huh? No need to get up. Just enjoy yourselves and rest well.
Preemptive attack. Nice. Oh, we can't hit all three. Just punch, I guess. Oh, fuck, they revive each other? That's not fair. Even though we do it all the time. Now we're getting all the Sithith and stuff. Phew, well, that's taken care of.
They're too drunk to really know what's going on.
It's like some kind of bar, same as the one in the castle.
Please, don't kill me!
I'm not with them! We know that. You work at the villa, right? We've come to help at the request of Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh, really?
You're honestly here to save us! Yes, so would you calm down already? Oh, you gonna give me something? Phew, Ideals be praised! I thought it was done for when my reporter friend was taken away. I hope he's alright. Reporter friend? You must be Niall! You know him?
Still explaining that Nyla gone missing was still unaccounted for. Ah, I see. Yes, I'm the one who contacted him. He came to get an interview with the princess who was being guarded here. His passion for his work is hard to argue with, so I wound up sneaking him in and showing him the way. But he was spotted and taken prisoner. Yes, and much to my shame, it was only then that I realized the severity of the situation. I heard that Her Highness was being kept here to protect her from any potential terrorist assault. But the truth is that she's being held prisoner by the Intelligence Division. I was so glad that he was coming that it simply had never occurred to me. I am truly unfit for my position. Come on, no need to be so depressed. Would you happen to have any idea where the prisoners are being held? Yes, they've all been gathered in the Crest Room, which is in the innermost chamber. It's a large banquet hall, used for events like the formal signing of treaties. Got it. Alright, let's go check it out.
Should have bought more flour on the, after we made all that stuff. We're starting to run a little low. Okay, so it's probably this... I want to go through all the rooms just to see what happens. Drawing room. Nope. It's probably that one, right? Gallery. The King's Throne, the favourite seat of the late King Edgar III when staying in the Herb Royal Villa. There's an Eastern-style vase here. Red plate. A large scarlet vase. There's an Imperial-style vase. There are rows of art catalogues on the shelf. Just having a nice browse in the middle of the rescue operation. Niall's buddy is the guy who runs the entire villa, yeah. We've got the critical, so let's just...
You're finished.
You're finished, alright.
That's that then. Let's move out.
We'll probably just use items to heal, right? We've got so many. Just use some of this weak stuff that we're never going to use in battle. We'll save the, save Estelle's EP a little. We do have EP charges, but not a whole lot of them. Library. And that's it. That just leads back to the middle room. Okay, let's go. Lockers. Oh no! Seems pretty solid, and the locking mechanism is quite secure. We definitely won't be able to get in without key. Zin? Maybe we should go talk to that young Chamberlain. Oh, we can rest here. Estelle explained that the door was locked. Ah, so it is locked then. The key is normally in the possession of the Intelligence Division Company Commander. I believe he left when the terrorists showed up. Huh? Which means that it was taken by the ones who ambushed Lieutenant Schwartz and her men. No good. There's no time to go back. Just a moment. There's a spare key to that door. It's here somewhere. If memory serves, I believe it's hidden somewhere in the gallery. Roger that! Gallery! Let's hurry. We can totally just rest. And for free. We can't run from these battles. Makes sense. Miss! Why the hell not?
You're finished. Alright, we're good to...
Sir, we're hurt, sir. Yeah, I was thinking that the bait interact... Oh, I see, it automatically spawns one after you rest. You can't do anything. Lame. I wanted to just spam rest. True, at least they give decent experience. Let me out of here, man. Even when I use Dual Strike on every turn, you're still CP positive.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Not that we have anything to spend the Sepathon, unless we get another chance at... Unless we get another go at a shop at some point. Let's use food. That'll do. This was the gallery, I think? No. Ah, fuck! Yeah, it refunds some of its cost, but normally you're still CP negative. If you use it every turn. But with the belt, the gladiator belt, you can just spam it.
That's that then.
Was this one the gallery then? Hang on. Yes. Whereas about catalogs, there appears to be nothing special about them. Imperial style vase, nothing special. Eastern style vase, nothing special. Red plate, nothing special. Large scarlet vase, a Stellan company found something attached to its underside. Specky, this is it! Now we should be able to open that inner door. I'm gonna save quickly as well. I feel like a boss fight might be coming up. Who are you? Why do you look so familiar? Hey! You guys won the martial arts competition! That means you're with the Bracer Guild! That's right! I don't suppose we could persuade you to just forget you saw us? Shut it! We're defenders of an impregnable fortress. You want past us, you have to go through us! Oh god, they have 3,000 health. Okay. Holy fuck, and they don't take much damage either. I guess this is our boss fight.
Hey, over here! What, you yella?
Resist! Oh my fucking god! What is that damage? You're not even getting one more turn. I guess you are getting one more turn. Don't kill us, please. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. They're getting another turn again. We need to heal first. Okay. Okay.
Savor the victory.
That was pretty fucking crazy. Even Zin's leveling up now. Eat! Eat and grow healthy. You! Yo! We're here to save your bacon! Hello, Niall. You don't look in too bad a shape. Are you serious? Estelle! Joshua! I never thought I'd see you here. Huh? There she is. You're the princess. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're with the Bracer Guild. I think it's a little late for introductions. So, we meet again, as promised. Chloe! Wow, big shocker. Estelle, I sincerely hope you're joking. You ought to have recognized me sooner. But not with the dress and the hair and the things? What happened? Pardon us, Chloe. Estelle doesn't know how to doubt people. Hey, what the hell's that supposed to mean? There's the Estelle I know. And Joshua? You'll still use that name for me? Yes, since it seems to be the one you'd prefer. Would you rather I use your real name? No, but thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Huh? Okay, so what are you doing here, Chloe? She's the princess, you fucking moron! And for that matter, why isn't the princess here? Oh my god.
She's right in front of you. That's the Queen's granddaughter, Princess Claudia.
But I'm sorry that I couldn't tell you. I had planned to tell both of you the truth when we next met in Grancel, but then Colonel Richard had me detained. But why? Why would the princess be hiding out in an ordinary school? And why did you have us call you Chloe? I'd like for you to keep calling me that. My real name is Claudia von Auslies. Chloe is a pet name that Jill came up with using bits from my whole name. Really? Then what about your hair? Oh, this is just a wig. If I had the same hairdo as when I was on campus, it would probably just create trouble.
Can't believe I missed the connection myself.
You didn't know? It's so fucking obvious, man.
I've seen your picture often enough, and I remember you from the mayoral scandal in Bruin, but I never put two and two together.
I'm sorry. It doesn't seem that Uncle Doonan or Mel Darmore recognized me either. That's right! You were in the same room as Doonan! Everyone is fucking stupid! I at least have a reason to not know because I didn't know about the princess beforehand. But all those people have met her before! Oh yeah, and the Duke's even related to you. Oh, I forgot something important! Estelle explained the whole story, including they had come to rescue Chloe at the Queen's behest. I see. To all three of you, I extend my deepest gratitude for coming to rescue me. Aw, it was nothing.
Heck, if we'd known it was our Chloe in here, no one would have had to ask us. Estelle. No doubt. You should save your thanks for Her Majesty, as she's the one who deserves them. She had no concern for herself, just that we should save you.
I think your safety will give her the strength to resist the Colonel's demands. Though doing so may endanger her life.
Yes, that is her way. If something is not done, then she is in grave danger. I think I've seen enough of this little farce. Princess!
Oh, this is where that little girl went.
Rianne! What the? She's General Morgan's granddaughter. He's imprisoned at the Hockengate. I'd say they're taking her to keep him from causing any trouble. Just as they did with you and Her Majesty.
This isn't just some idle threat. Every man in the Special Ops has a dream, and we will stop at nothing to achieve it.
Really now?
And that's something you're proud of? I'll make you a deal, Sergeant. Please, take me as your hostage rather than the child.
Not a chance. I know I said we'll stop at nothing, but even we don't have the nerve to harm a member of the royal family. General Morgan's grandkid, on the other hand, suits our needs just fine. She's a valuable hostage, and it's not going to cause any real problems if she was to end up getting hurt.
You're a monster.
I'd have said coward myself. Pathetic, disgusting, sick, pick an adjective. You can talk all you want. It's almost time for the patrols to return from the Royal Avenue. Then we can round up the guardsmen and the bracers. Not bad for one night's work.
Oh, I'm afraid that won't be happening. We already took your buddies out on the way over here.
Scara! What the fuck?
There. It's alright. Hi, you two. Long time no see.
Scara?
You came.
Aren't the ships grounded? Did you walk here from... No, the checkpoints are closed too. Did you climb the checkpoint?
Damn it all. Who the hell do you think you are? Some people just have no manners.
Oh, Olivier. He's here too.
Oof. Think of that as my special gift.
Is everyone here? Is fucking Tita here too?
That's just cruel.
Hey, who fired that shot? Olivier, I'd guess.
Bingo!
I thought it was Agate before he fired the shot. And the star makes a dramatic entrance. Please hold your applause until after the performance has ended. Okay, so it's just you two. Okay.
Haha, and the drama turns into a comedy. Nice seeing you again, Scarazard. It's been a long time.
Indeed it has. I never thought I'd find you in Liberl. But I was honestly quite relieved when I heard that you'd fallen in with Estelle and Joshua.
Haha, well, I think you're overestimating my capabilities, like usual. As for you, you've only become more beautiful. I barely even recognized you.
Oh, really?
I am suddenly brimming over with something akin to jealousy. Am I merely a toy, to be used when convenient and cast aside when boredom sets in?
Hey, Olivier. Heina's been wanting to see you. He's hoping to go out for drinks again.
Forgive me, I have committed a grave offense.
I swear, none of you ever change. I'm glad to see you, Scara. But I thought that the Royal Army had the checkpoints completely sealed off.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
Yes, but we crossed Valyria Lake by boat. That's how you did it? And docked at Gransil Harbor.
But the harbor is closed too!
That's one way around a problem. But how don't you end up falling into the failed, traveling musician? We ran into each other at the local guild branch. It was like a lost puppy, so I didn't have much choice other than to bring him along.
I simply couldn't allow such an amusing and interesting show to go on without me. He's an Erebonian agent. This is like a super security risk bringing him here. And may I ask who this fair lady is?
Oh, right. Introductions. This is the Queen's granddaughter, Her Highness Princess Claudia. She's a friend of ours. It is a pleasure to meet you both. Thank you very much for coming to help me. Think nothing of it. I'm simply doing my duty as a bracer.
And I could scarcely consider myself a gentleman if I did not leap to the aid of a lovely lady of noble birth. The honor and pleasure at this meeting is entirely my own.
Your Highness, are you well?
Julia.
Julia, see!
Screet! Screet!
Haha, good. I'm happy to see you again. Thank goodness you're unharmed. I was so worried. The feeling is mutual.
Before long, the braces involved in the diversion and the Royal Guardsmen joined forces. To see to it that the rescued hostages could get some rest, the Stillen Company gathered to assess their current situation. What, we've just taken out everyone and now we're chillin'? We took over. Have we got all the special ops guys tied up somewhere?
Words could not express my shame. If not for my ineptitude, none of this would have come to pass. I am so ashamed I could take my own life were it something to be permitted. Please do not say such things. I'm just happy to see you alive and unharmed. Thank you for coming to save me. Your Highness.
Not that I'm not moved by all this, but I have to ask. Why is Sieg still here? Scree?
He is Her Highness's escort, as well as a messenger for the Royal Guardsmen. After all, did he not deliver the letter to your hotel?
That night!
I thought it might have been him. That must also be how you learned of Her Majesty's request. Yes, I heard of it from Sieg. Her Majesty sent word through him from the Royal Keep. But the crest room in which Princess Claudia was held had no windows for Sieg to use. I was very worried when I was unable to make contact.
You just about gave me a heart attack, though, when you sent that message to us. Sieg, that was just plain mean of you to leave that letter and not let us know it was you. Great.
He says he's sorry.
It's okay. By the way, have all the special ops troops been dealt with?
Almost all the soldiers in the villa have been restrained. However, there are quite a few left in Grancel Castle. Much of the Royal Army is under the Intelligence Division control, even outside of Grancel. If we're not careful, we run the risk of them seizing control of this building and branding us all as rebels.
Whoa, I hadn't even thought about that.
It's a good point. I think it would be best if we were to get Chloe to a safer location at the very least.
Perhaps we could seek asylum at the Erebonian or Republic embassies? Since they're considered foreign territory, it would make it very difficult for them to lay a hand on her.
There's also the special ops ship we see is nearby. We could use that to allow her to flee the country for the time being. It wouldn't solve the whole problem, but it would buy us some time to find a better solution at the very least.
I agree. Regardless, we need to find some way to get her to safety.
Everyone, you're coming with us, right? You're our fourth party member.
I understand the difficulties of the current situation, but would it be possible to make an official request at the bracers?
What?
The hostages have been rescued, so I think it'll be alright. Of course, it depends on what the contents of the request are. If so, I must ask you to do the impossible. Will you help in retaking the royal castle and rescuing Her Majesty? Your Highness.
I see. That's right. This time we have to help the Queen.
To be honest, I consider the question to be ridiculous, because the answer is obvious. But, Your Highness, this is no small thing you're asking for.
Quite right. There's no chance that a frontal assault would work, even with the capabilities of everyone here. I think that the captured special ops ship has potential, but we're going to need some kind of seriously clever trick. I have an idea. If everyone will please look at this.
Princess Claudia produced a very old-looking map. You just have this on you? Huh? What's this map of?
It's an ancient diagram of the sewers below Grancel.
Oh, this is how we're going to get that chest.
One of the things it lays out is the path that leads to the castle cellar.
That's what that door in the cellar is for. Okay, that's how we're going to get there. Okay. And that's how we're going to get the chest. That's the important thing here, loot.
What? What's the meaning of this? How can we have lost contact with the Herb Royal Villa?
Most likely it has fallen to an external force. Either the guardsmen or the bracers.
Those interfering little... Were you not in command of that division, Second Lieutenant?
It is a pity. But what's done is done. Obsessing about it now will accomplish nothing. Furthermore, we must strengthen the castle's defenses to ensure that Her Majesty is not taken.
I don't need you to tell me that. I want the castle gates sealed. Not a soul is to enter from here on out. The only attacks I should need to worry about are the ones that come from the sky.
Yes, ma'am.
Once that's done, scrape up troops from wherever you can find them, anywhere in Liberl, and send them to the villa.
Priority 1 is to subjugate the terrorists who deceived the royal family.
Yes, ma'am!
Haha, nicely done. Of course it was. I've served with this unit for some time, unlike you. I swear, I will protect this castle while His Excellency is absent, no matter the cost.
Colonel Richard, you're calling him his Excellency now? What, is he a cardinal?
Okay, here's how we're going to free Grancel Castle and the Queen. First, Joshua and 2 others will infiltrate the Grancel sewers. We'll proceed to the Royal Guard Room and open the castle gate.
Got it.
Time to light a few fireworks!
Haha, well, it does seem to be appropriate for the beginning of the final act. Captain Amalthea is this massive sin for Richard, you think? Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
As soon as the gates are open, the guardsmen 4 of the braces will make their way to the castle by way of the streets. We need to make a real spectacle to draw all of the guards together in one place.
You're in good hands.
Alright, I've been looking forward to this.
And finally, Your Highness, are you certain I cannot get you to reconsider? I'm sorry, but I must be there to help my grandmother.
Oh, we're going to go 2 parties. Estelle, Chloe, Scara, Joshua, Olivier, Zin. Is that how we're doing it?
Also, I know how to pilot an airship. I hope to be able to put that skill to good use. If I'd known this would happen, I never would have taught you. It's okay, Lieutenant. We'll look after Chloe for you. I swear she will be kept safe, or my nickname isn't the Silver Streak. I understand. Please, do what you can. Once the men inside the castle have been concentrated into one area, Estelle and her team will sit down in the garden terrace. Then, they will break into the Queen's room and rescue her. Roger! Both operations will begin at the stroke of the noon bell. Everyone is to remain on alert until then. All right, you have your tasks. Get to them. Dismissed!
Yes, ma'am!
Joshua, please be careful. Don't go taking any unnecessary risks. I'll be fine. And you try to be on your best behavior. Don't overestimate your own strength and make sure you watch Scara's back. I understand. Whatever happens, remember our promise. We see each other again safe and sound in Grancel Castle. Come on. Joshua, there's no telling what kinds of creatures inhabit the sewers. Please, take the utmost care.
I know, and I will.
And don't worry about Estelle. You've grown so much during this trip of yours.
Yeah, we way outlevel you now.
Not just in your skills and bracer qualifications, but in your hearts. Or so it seems to me. Scara.
What does that mean?
It's nothing. Save it for later.
Even in times of crisis, you can always count on these 2 brats. Quite so. Now, I think we'll be heading out.
May we meet again, my lovelies.
Ideos be with you. Joshua. Hey, Princess. You ever wonder if those 2 have some kind of destiny in store for them? Yes, the thought has crossed my mind. They always have a smile for each other. I have to admit, I'm even the tiniest bit envious.
Oh shit, so we're really splitting up.
It looks like the regular soldiers have been replaced with special ops guys.
The enemy's probably gotten quite desperate since we liberated the villa. Security seems a lot tighter than normal.
Perhaps I can help to loosen up with the dulcet tones of my lute. You do anything conspicuous, and that guy will be on you faster than you can say off-key. Mueller, wasn't it? Yes, it was. You 2 should definitely, must rather, not go near the Erebonian embassy. It could be quite dangerous. Yes, quite perilous indeed.
Well, neither of us has time to just drop by there. Once preparations are complete, we have to get inside the sewers.
Wow, we're really set up like this, huh? Okay, how do we go? Let's check it. Oh, he's got all the same stuff he had on from the tournament. This is fine, I think. Yeah. I don't think we need to do anything different here. It might be nice to get him Tiral. Like that. I don't think we really need Saint. Buffs in this game are sadly a little underwhelming. And you, I assume, are the same as normal. That's all fine. We're gonna need you as our healer, Olivier. Alright, but that is all to be done next time. Looks like we're in the home stretch. Alright. We're right there. We're getting close to the climax. So, thanks all for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.